If you have a child with a disability or special needs and you have access to an HSA, or you could have access to an HSA, you're going to want to pay attention to this client case study. Here's the problem. A client couple is nearing retirement. They've done a great job of saving, but they want to make sure that their retirement plan has no holes, and in particular, that there's going to be enough money left over when they pass on to care for their loved one with a disability for the rest of her life. Here are some of the key facts. They've built up some really strong pre-tax retirement savings in a 401k. That, plus their pension and Social Security, are going to cover almost all of their expenses in retirement. They have access to an HSA, but they're not really quite sure how to maximize it or how to use it, and so they really haven't been. The client is hoping to retire in a year from now when he's 62 years old, and the employer is going to cover his private health insurance costs until he turns 65 and gets Medicare. That's awesome. Here's the solution and plan that we came up with. We discussed one of the major risks to his plan, which is the potential for long-term care costs, which affects nearly 70% of all Americans. If there's no plan, that could drain a significant part of their assets. And they really can't afford to do that because they have a child they have to take care of financially when they're no longer here. So we prioritized maxing out their HSA until he retires, and then maintaining a high deductible health plan even in retirement up until age 65 before Medicare, so that he can continue contributing to an HSA. By doing that, he can add nearly $250,000 or about $250,000, and that is 100% tax-free money that can be used to help cover the cost of any long-term care events. This tax-free asset is going to preserve all of those other tax-favorable assets so that their daughter can inherit as much as possible in her special needs trust. I'd say that's a pretty big hole found, plugged, and now everyone's happy. HSAs are one of the most powerful investment vehicles you can use, especially if you have to plan for the long-term care of a loved one with a disability or special needs.